of darts, Russ Bray. Good afternoon to you, Russ.
Good afternoon, Mike. Looking forward to this.
Yes, we've got some cracking matches coming up, and Michael Van Gerwen and Phil Taylor going out of the competition yesterday, so two big names and a real chance for somebody to come through and shine with a number of the seeds going out yesterday. And it is Brendan who has won the nearest the ball to start us off then in this best of 11. So for those making it right the way through to the final, Russ, it's a long old day potentially, 4 matches if they make it to the final.
Yes, indeed. So the prep is the biggest thing that they'll need to do now. Make sure that they prepare themselves for each match and last the day. You know, you don't want to be peaking too early.
It's already very warm outside here in Gibraltar, and it'll get warmer as the day goes on inside this Victoria Stadium that's part of the football stadium complex here in Gibraltar and right next to the airport.
Well, you hear the planes every now and again, can't you? Yeah, the 12:20 off to Gatwick will be off soon, I'm sure.
60.
These two have played each other twice on European Tour events. Back in June 2012 in Berlin, a second round match which Simon won 6-5. And then last October in Veldhoven, Holland, Brendan won the semi-final there, 6-3. Brendan went on to lose the final to Kim Huybrechts.
So pretty even on the honours there with each other. It's a pretty even game, I would have thought.
60.
There we are, look. Yeah.
This is our vantage point, just alongside the stage here.
It's lovely. It was sideways on, so we can have a good look at the boys actually throwing it. You can see their action from here, very, very good, because obviously the TV's face on. We're sideways on. You can see how good they are. I mean, Simon's a very, very solid stance. Straight arm punch with the dart. The dart goes in with a thud. Whereas Brendan seems to be a lobby style throw, so totally different actions, but generally the same effect.
So I think Brendan wants 119, so double top to take the first leg here.
136.
Sorry, I misheard there.
1-2-2 for Simon. 18s. Treble 18, single 18 for Ball. Oh, he's missed that. It's 57 scored. There's him 65. He'll go for a 25 here. There you go.
82.
Rounds it all off quite nicely. Well, we know Brendan's way. Treble 20, bullseye.
Yes, well, he hit a 161 last night, beating Dimitri Vandenberg.
I'm not going to take the 170 out. Now I want to put a nice big dent in it.
96.
That's not too bad.
So Simon back for an early break of throw then here. That's well wide. Now double 10.
Ooh.
20.
Yes, reminder that all of these matches are the best of 11 legs, up to and including tonight's final, so the format and the length of the matches stays the same.
20 for tops.
34. Simon, you require 20.
Straight in. Yeah.
Team Shaw for the first leg. Simon Whitlock.
So an early break for Simon.
To reverse. Game on.
So I mentioned the winner of this plays Dave Chisnell or Adam Hunt. They're next on stage. That'll be followed by Johnny Haynes against Steve Beaton. Johnny Haynes who knocked out Peter Wright, the number 7 seed yesterday. Gary Anderson against Justin Pipe. That should be another goodie. Robert Thornton against Adrian Lewis. Michael Smith who dumped out Phil Taylor up against Jamie Caven. Kim Huybrechts against Ian White. And then Benito van der Pas who knocked out Michael Van Gerwen up against James Wade. So 8 quality third round ties we're bringing you this afternoon.
57.
Mouth-watering I think is what you would say with that. Mouth-watering. And they've got the world number 1 and world number 2 out of the competition, and still succulent, isn't it?
96.
And yeah, and a few new names that may not be so familiar to you, like Adam Hunt and Johnny Haynes and Benito van der Pas, who's been playing very well in recent weeks. Another young Dutchman. The production line of the young Dutch players shows no sign of halting, does it, at the moment?
It really doesn't. And seeing Benito beat Michael yesterday in what was probably the game of the tournament so far, I would have said, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, incredibly high standard. Benito with 106.7 average.
125.
Michael's average was 103.9, and he lost the game.
And there you go.
So another chance then for Brendan to take out this 170.
That's just outside, I think.
100.
So 124 for Simon.
124.
Treble 20 will be his first target. Okay, treble 18 bullseye. A bullseye. Ooh.
99.
That's good darts.
Brendan, you require 70.
Treble 18, double 8. 18, 20, double 16. We'll go for 20 now, double 16. Ooh.
30th.
It was a long way off on his double top.
Simon,
Similar sort of
25.
distance. Not quite got his eye in for the double at the moment. So double 8 for Simon. There we go.
Team shot in the second leg. Simon Whitlock.
So the Australian doubles his lead here.
Third leg, Brendan to throw first. Game on.
Against the man from Bellicue in Northern Ireland who enjoyed a Players' Championship win in April, beating Michael Smith 6-0. Reached the semi-finals in Coventry a couple of weeks back as well, where
100.
funnily enough he did lose to Simon Whitlock. So they've played each other very recently.
60.
And we saw both of these representing their countries in the World Cup as well. Brendan with Michael Mansell and Simon with Paul Nicholson.
No alarm bells yet with Brendan. Not yet, but if he loses this leg, then it's a little bit time to panic. Because it would be the second break. And when it's only the first to 6,
100.
that could be tough, especially against someone like Simon. Just not found his range yet, Brendan.
60.
See the frustration in him as he's walking up the hockey there.
For reaching this last 16 stage, the players are guaranteed £2,000. The quarter-finalists £3,000.
81.
For reaching the semis, it's £4,000, and then the runner-up in the final gets £8,000, and the winner picking up a nice £20,000.
Not bad for a weekend's work, is it?
140.
That's good darts from Brent. Leaves him a finish. What Simon would give for a 180 now. The left tops. Even if it's a 60, it'll leave him a finish, but
100
leaves him Shanghai on the 20.
And you require 141.
Just underneath. That's it. 61. 25, 36. Oh, he's hit the ball.
130. Simon, you require 120.
Well, I didn't really want to hit the ball on that occasion. Shanghai, though, on the 20s for Whitlock. Treble would have left the double.
40. Brendan, you require 11.
He went for double top there to leave double top.
Yep.
If you do that, you've really got to think about coming underneath it as opposed to going above.
Oh, now Brendan's hit double
we've got to
3.
Split this, 1 double 2. There it is.
Team shot in the third leg. Brendan Dolan. Simon to throw first.
And yes, that's aforementioned lunchtime plane just taking off by the sounds of it here.
And the 12:20 to Gatwick.
140.
One I'm on tomorrow.
Well, it wasn't very conventional, but that's no matter to Brendan Dolan. He's got a leg on the board.
A double is a double. This is a good start. Come on, Brent, fill it up. Lovely.
190.
I'm sure that's the first of many that George and yourself will be calling today, especially if back
There's
comes
another
Whitlock here.
190.
Fantastic. Come on, Bryn. Let's get on a 9. That's unlucky.
100.
Yes, we have seen 7 perfect darts here this weekend. I do believe it may have been from Kevin Painter, if I'm right in saying, but that's as far as we've got in terms of getting close to a 9 darter.
Yeah. Brendan now needs to hit a nice big score here just to put Simon under pressure. He needs to break him back. This is looking good from here. This is looking good from here. 180 won't hurt him.
190.
So Simon's going to be looking on 18s here. Treble 18 for double 16. So another 18 leaves him the bullseye. And that's exactly what he's going for.
61. Brendan, you require 41.
So potential 11 darter. This is a much better leg from Brendan Dolan. Double 16 for 2 apiece.
Oh, lovely shot. And breaks it straight back, which is lovely. Broke it back, so
game on.
now we've got the best of 7.
Yes, a good leg that was from both players. 2 1080s from Brendan and 1 from Simon.
137.
As we said earlier on, or was saying yesterday, Brendan now, over the last 18 months, has really come on leaps and bounds, full of confidence, and believes. He believes he's going to win the games. And that's really evident there. You know, take 11 darter to break against the throw, and now he's kicked in the treat.
97.
And I think it's always difficult for the players who are first on stage. I know a lot of players don't like going first on, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Simon Whitlock here. His second 180 of the match.
92 average for Brendan, 95 for Simon. I'll tell you what, it's
60.
2 180s apiece. Still 7 shots there, over 131, which is terrific.
After just 4 legs of darts, I'm sure those averages will creep up as the game goes on as well.
Well, I would think so. I mean, it's a terrific average, and like I've said before, 90, anything 90 plus is wonder darts. When you start getting to the 100 pluses, then
23. Simon, you require 121.
might see the ball here. There we go. Now 18 for tops.
81.
2 ways of going for this, really. But I would have thought Brendan would go treble 20, treble 18 ball. That is what I think. A lot of lads can go 219, 2 treble 19s and ball.
So Simon will be back for double top to immediately break straight back again.
That's right. $14 leg.
Six leg Simon to throw first. Game on.
Georgie Noble calling the shots tonight.
Yes, George doing the first 4, and then you're doing the second 4. So we've got you in the commentary box for the first 4 games of the afternoon.
Lovely.
96.
Brendan needs to break back immediately if he can. $140. It's got to say that. I mean, Simon has maintained his consistent performance. He had played absolutely lovely against Kevin Painter last game of the night.
That's
last
right.
night,
yeah.
And it's the first game on this afternoon. He seems to have maintained his momentum.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. Quite a quick turnaround for the Wizard. He averaged 101 in that 6-2 win over Kevin Painter.
He did play well.
60.
The locals in. That's it. Give us all away. That's it. You're on telly.
Yeah, there's a few people come in from the heat and the sunshine of Gibraltar. I'm sure more will make their way in here as the afternoon goes on and we get into the evening session and the business end of the tournament, so to speak.
That's when it really does get exciting.
140.
Once again, Simon's left himself on Shanghai on the 20s. Brendan will be looking to hit a nice big ton here if he can. Even if it's a straight 60, that will still leave him a finish. That's a good
100.
dart. That's a good dart. Puts a bit of pressure on the 120.
So treble, single and the double to take this out. So will he go for tops again? No, stayed on the 60.
He learned from the last one.
140.
Treble 20. Go on, Brent.
To break straight back.
18, double 18 is going. And gets it. Immediate break back from Brendan.
Game on.
And I mentioned Brendan's win on the Players' Championship in April. Well, Simon
100.
won the Players' Championship event in Coventry only a couple of weeks ago, beating James Wade in the final.
119.
After seeing off Brendan in the semi, so Simon in a good little run of form himself right now. Premier League competitor again, of course, this year. And I mentioned the World Cup representing Australia.
55.
And it was the European Championships in Mulheim in 2012. Simon's first TV major that he really burst onto the scene and came sort of onto the radar really as someone who did have the potential and obviously a world finalist in both codes.
Forever present.
60.
Isn't he? Forever present in all the tournaments now. Very hard player to beat as well.
100.
Looks like he's in a great position to break back again. So no one's holding their throw at the moment.
Obviously one of the most recognisable faces on the darts circuit, Simon Whitlock. Has a big following, especially in Germany. Whenever we go to Germany, the Simon Whitlock lookalikes are out in force. Here we go though for
Double
a
11.
1-4-2,
Oh,
double
lovely.
11.
Charge in the 7th place. Simon Whitlock. A flag Simon to throw first. Game on.
Well, he had to take out 140 on his way to beating Kevin Painter last night, but a 1-4-2 there from Simon Whitlock with some
83.
great big outshots over the course of this weekend.
Dyson Parody 160 yesterday,
Yeah, and
despite losing to Gary Anderson, but wonderful 160 out.
the fans love the spectacular outshots, don't they? Love to see them.
They do, and it probably even more so on a ball, even if it's a slightly smaller one, but on the bullseye. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
bullseye is always a
Yeah.
great.
180.
Simon's third 180 of the match.
Looks like he's going to hold his throw as well. Well, that's good.
140.
Looks like he's going to hold his darts as well. So neither of these lads have done too well in this particular match.
41.
Oh, little glitch. 140, leave Brennan finish.
And yeah, Brendan wouldn't want to get too much further in arrears with Simon Well only needing 2 more legs for victory. 5-3 down would really be a tall order to come back from.
Definitely.
95.
102. Well, he's got 6 from here, 102.
Yes, Brendan unable to put any real pressure on that shot of 101.
80.
So we're back for 22.
Which we've just seen him take out on the 142 shot out, hasn't it? 25. Unlucky.
129. Simon, you require 22.
Good effort by Brendan to put some pressure on this double 11, but as you say, he's hit it once before, and there he does hit it again. So the Australian now just 1 leg away from victory and a place in tonight's first quarter-final against either Dave Chisnall or Adam Hunt. That's the match coming up next on stage here.
87.
See, Bren's average has just dropped a fraction. Simon's maintained it. So that's where your difference there is, the 5-3. Plus Simon's held on to his throw, which was important. It's nice and steady from Brendan.
I mentioned Simon's big following in Germany. The last 3 European Tour events are in that country. Dusseldorf in a couple of weeks' time, and then Sindelfingen just outside Stuttgart, and then Leipzig. Both of those last 2 are in September. All the details, if you fancy a weekend away at the darts, it's a good fun 3-day weekend. All the details on the PDC website for ticket details.
Well worth the trip out there. It's a beautiful country as well.
134.
The darts speaks for itself.
Yes, they're mad for the darts in Germany. Always get great crowds, and they really join in with the costumes and the dressing up as their favourite players, etc.
They certainly do. They're certainly getting into the party mode out there.
So Brendan then with a chance for 92, but great pressure there from Simon Whitlock. And this, remember, just for a hold of throw, with Simon poised on a 2-darter for the match.
So 25 is his target. 17 now. That's 76. So he's in 26. Double 13. Composing himself. Oh, double 8. What do I know? I'm only a ref. Just when I was called in that one, wasn't it? 20. Tops for the match. We got that one right.
And the match, Simon Whitlock.
Simon Whitlock then, a 6-3 win, booking his place in the quarter-final. And yeah, better in every area really than Brendan.